All right, so the Dolphins clinch a playoff spot, but in the wake of that crushing Buffalo loss and the subsequent Rex Ryan firing that Boomer talked about at the top of the show, we channel our producer, that will be Pete Radovich, his favorite TV show. Phil wanted to know, who in the world is Bob the Builder?
You have grandkids. You don't know who Bob the Builder is?
No, I do not.
All right, well, Bob the Builder is it's a cartoon, and it's about building things, isn't it, Jim?
But I wish we could get his real response in terms of what he said about Bob the Builder.
What are you saying? It was X-rated?
Yeah, it was X-rated.
It was close to it. But you know the bad part about this segment is?
Bob the Builder is about fixing things.
Yes.
We don't have a whole lot of time.
I'm going to be real quick. Pete Radovich sang the song over the phone to me last night.
He did.
I wish I was taping it, but our esteemed producer.
So here are the teams we're asking the question, can we fix it or do we just blow it up altogether?
Right.
Indy, Cincy, San Francisco, the Jets, Cleveland, and Chicago. Those are the six.
I would also throw in the Chargers. I'd throw in the Panthers. Here's the thing. We have 6 new playoff teams in the playoffs this year right now, and if Detroit makes it, maybe 7, okay?
Right. Okay.
And I look at those teams last year at this time, a lot of those teams like, can we fix it? Can we get into the playoffs? The New York Giants were like example number 1. They fixed it. Spent a lot of money on their defense. They have the quarterback. I would tell you the Colts, the Bengals, the Panthers, and the Chargers have the most important thing, the quarterback. So, yes, they can fix it, and they can spend some money for agency. Some of the younger players now come on and have the impact, say, like the Dallas Cowboys did, and lo and behold, you have a playoff team.
Go ahead. And I think you hit it off in a good way because you're talking about the quarterbacks, but I look at them and say, do you have a nucleus that I can work around? Yeah. I don't see a nucleus of players that I can work around with the Jets. I don't see it with the Niners. I don't see it with the Bears. I don't see it with Cleveland. I see it with the Colts. That's why I'm a bit surprised that they are. I see Cincinnati. When you talk about the teams, the 6 that got in, those guys had nucleus. Oakland had a nucleus of players. I told those guys at the Pro Bowl, everybody else that you get on your team, you make sure that they do things your way. So you can start building from there when you have that nucleus.
So do you blow up the other teams? You blow up the Jets?
I blow up the Jets. I blow up the Niners, the Bears, and Cleveland, because I don't see any young nucleus that we can work with.
I absolutely agree with everything Michael said.
Wow. That's amazing.
I do. I think all those teams you said, they're starting over from scratch. You look at the Colts, no, you don't have to blow that team up. They got the offensive line, the coordinator, the quarterback, the receivers the tight ends. Yeah. And, you know, we found out, we saw the Giants. You can go out there and pick up a couple guys on the defensive side and buy them and turn it around. And the same with the Bengals. The Bengals, many parts are still there. They got an underbelly of young guys that are going to get in that lineup and be big-time players. So those 2 teams stand out from the rest.
So there is some hope out there for some teams, like the Atlanta Falcons last year, right? So now look at them now. They can get the number 2 seed in the NFC. Pretty easy to turn it around if you have the right core guys.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up, but I have to ask a question. Now, you guys are the guys. John Madden taught me way back in the day, if you blow it up, what's the most important part of the team to start with and find the talent first?
Defensive line, man.
D-line or O-line. He says it's in the trenches. And your team this year,
always.
It's always there. All right, just wanted to make sure.
Offensive line, baby.